Hello, and welcome back. 9:05 Wednesday morning sales and sourcing video. Not that I got back late yesterday. I just think in some instances I'm just going to add what I sourced the day before to the sourcing or to the sold video. If I source 25, 30 things or 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 plus, I'll make a separate video. But if I'm just going out getting 15 things or so, and the total amount, I'm not even going to bother right now, the total amount is under $1,000 or which have you, I'll just add that to a sales video. Just kind of, instead of making 2 videos a day, just make one 15, 20-minute video. All that kind of stuff I'll think about as I, as a need be starts to be need be. Bee's knees. All right, so it is primarily a sales video. So let's find out what's sold. All right, first off, this HP calculator manual. Picked this up at the Goodwill in Medina, which I'll be headed back down that way on Saturday to take my bike back down to John. As I rode it around a few times, the cable starts to stretch a little, and the braking is off by a little bit, and then the rear derailleur wants to derail a little bit. So I'll be going back down there Saturday so he can kind of tune that back up. But anyhow, it was $1.50, paid for the book. Maybe even been less because they may have considered it a kid's book. Don't know. Either way, $1.50 at max, and got 45. So old graphing calculator. I mean, it definitely helped that it had this. And when I scanned that, I think they came up like $70. But I'm not going to list what the price that's what they're listed for. I will go to the current solds, or if need be, actually go into Terapeak. The current solds, depending, there's some metrics on what I will determine right then and there if I deem it necessary for me to go to Terapeak and actually see what they're more likely to sell for, because a lot of times stuff can sell fairly low priced of what they should be selling for, and that trend will keep. It will stay that way. So if one sells for $30 and somebody's going to list theirs for 28, that's going to sell. Someone's going to list theirs for 26 and 20, then 19. When all in all, the actual value is more like 45, 50, $55. So I will go to Terapeak, kind of try to do my part in bringing that value back up. Okay. Angels and Airwaves, 17. Afros, kicking it, right? Afroholics, or so someone came in with a counter offer quite a bit lower than what it was listed for, and in there they're like, it's been listed for 99 days. They sent an offer for $10.50. That's what it sold for. So I go into 30 days and go into Terapeak, and it's not going to sell for anything more than pretty much $10.50. So I just had it listed higher, and I'll just price will keep coming down until it eventually sells or someone sends me an offer. And that's why not all the time will I just block someone if they send an extremely lowball offer. A lot of times I know, I should probably just accept that one or which have you. So $10.50. The winner of the day, there's more sales yet. The winner of the day is this 13th Tribe Coastaler. Got this, if I'm not wrong, let me find out here. I think it was fall of last year. August of 24. So I've had it just had over a year. Don't remember where I got it. Don't remember what I paid for it. And there won't be a sourcing video because I wasn't making YouTube videos in August of last year. Don't remember. And no barcode. No barcode. No barcode. So probably just thought that it was an interesting topic or title, and looked it up, and it turns out, yeah, they're pretty good in value. $75. On the whole other end of the spectrum, this, what's it even called now? Widespread panic. Light the fuse. Might be some sort of import of some sort. It's missing a disc, and it was still $8. So whatever I paid, a buck or two, or got it for 10 cents or whichever, I got my money back out of it. Learning Spanish 2. The great courses. I look up almost all of them. Every single one of them, I would say I look them up. Or scan them at least. 28. Little Willie. I think I got this one down at the Discovery store down in Chardon. If I did, it was 50 cents or 25 cents. But 19. And this Ultimate Physics Tutor DVD set. The packaging is kind of worn and torn a little bit, but still got 38. So for sales, that is 251 in sales, 241 product costs received. So out of 8, that's roughly $30 average, right? So that works out. Now we're going to get into, these are already going to be in the rough value bracket of what they go for, what they sell for. The Sing 2 soundtrack, 15. So these first 4 are going to be 15 to $20. Smarty Goettes, Sanctuary, my buddy on the way, about 15 to 20. We Sing, We Hoot, We Whistle, We Horn. All right, so 15 to 20. Some We Sing, it's a VHS. Some We Sing can get okay, 15, $20. But this was at the Salvation Army where they were 50 cents a VHS. And it does sell. I mean, just scan, there was a handful listed and like 5 or 6 sold. So it will sell. And it is a clean cassette and tape. And it's one of those words for the wise that if you're going to do anything that's tape related, VHS or cassette, open up, look at it. If you see anything that is even a light gray or a white on the tape, that's mold. Can't really do anything with it. If it's a pretty expensive one, yeah, disclose it. That does have a little speck or specks of mold on the tape. Some people will just get it just for the actual sleeve or for the case or for the shell itself. The shell. You're going to get substantially less for it. But just because it has, I wouldn't buy a VHS that sells for $20 that has mold on the tape because you're not going to get anything for it. Most likely. Anyhow, 15, $20. Here's Marlamine. Here's Marlowe. A mint DVD with the insert. So it is a mint disc, front and back. So this is about the only time when I really buy DVDs that come up right around That $15 range is if the disc is very, very clean and it has the insert, because that keeps a little higher value to it, to where I'm more likely going to get that 15 to 20 bucks as opposed to 12 to 15. Okay. These are going to be 20 to 30. So this is Q&A. This was up at Ashtabula Goodwill. Yeah, a lot of these places are stopping putting stickers on books. That's one of the places that does not. They still keep the stickers on the books. So do you have to kind of peel that off? It doesn't do much damage. Most of the time when I'm taking the sticker off, it doesn't do much of any damage. Sometimes it does. It's still very clean edging. Besides the spine has a little bit of wear. Regardless, it's still 20 to 25 bucks. Mark Wills, Looking for America, 25 to 30. Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, 20 to 25. Luis Miguel, 14 Grandes Exitos. Oh, there we go. 20 to 25. Back to Leslie Sansone. Her stuff really hasn't been selling that much. I don't know how many I have left of her stuff. But this is like a $25 sealed DVD. What? The final season? I thought there were like 10 seasons of Lost. It's showing Lost, the final season. It's like 25, 30, sealed. Of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis, I think it's the 5-disc audiobook. Yeah, 5-disc audiobook, 25 to 30. Now we're into the 40 to 50. This is Christian, Christian, 34 series, Cerritos, series 32 actually. Closer to 40, maybe a little over. Beethoven and Brahms. I do that because that's my elementary school teacher, back in the 80s. That's what she used to do. Who was it? It was an art teacher, Miss Brokaw. She's played a lot of like classical music. And when she would bring Brahms up, she goes, "All right, class, who are we going to listen to?" And whichever, she goes, "Well, no one picks, so I'm just going to pick Brahms." It stuck. 30 plus years, it stuck. All right. So this is about 40 bucks, if not a little more. Strangely, History of Minnesota by the Historical Society. So this is another one. So there are a lot of other written paper aficionados, but written on paper, we're going to call transcripts or books or magazines and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people who sell a whole lot more and really, really knowledgeable. But there are some channels that YouTube channels that I do watch over others. And I prefer to kind of support smaller channels. Although my channel is not big, even before I even had a YouTube, I would still go on to the smaller channels with, a couple hundred or a couple thousand subscribers and just kind of take up on it enough to where if I keep watching and it's entertaining enough or knowledgeable enough for me to keep watching, I will. So John at Small Town Bookseller, going to mention him again, had his video a couple days ago, and he was going over, don't steer away from like local history. There was another local history book that I looked up. It was listed pretty good, listed like $80, Patera Peak, 0, over 3 years. and it was a bigger book. It was like this. So I'm not going to hold on to a much bigger book like that if there's not even a 3-year market for it. There may be, it may have sold for 80 at one time, but I'm either looking for the 90 days or stuff that I know there's a sales history of 3 years. So, you know, kind of listen to him and kind of keep track of some of that local history. And same thing is I sold that phone directory, the phone book from, I want to say it was a 1940 print for up here in Lake County, and it was primarily Painesville and Willoughby. So Painesville is this direction, and Willoughby is that direction, and between those two is Menor. So, but that book sold pretty much the instant. I want to say the instant, very very quickly after I got it. And I got that at that one estate sale. I paid $10 for it, but it sold pretty instantly for $60, and it went to someone up here at the Painesville Historical Society or something like that. I even messaged him, said, "Hey, I have some other books that might be in relation to what you're after," and I never got a response back. So I most likely still have those books I'm trying to get rid of on that front. But this is a real interesting. So it's all color illustrated. Is that Paul Bunyan? I think it's supposed to be a representation of, yeah, Paul Bunyan. So it is a whole colorized, illustrated representation of the history of Minnesota. And this is not in the $20 book range. It's going to Terapeak, and they frequently sell for 40 to $50. Besides that, where a sticker was. The only other one listed is 55. They don't sell super fast, but to pay $1.50 for a book that, you know, otherwise. All right. So we have, I'm just going to say 50. Put these two combined, 130, 160. Gonna bump that up, just be on the safer side. 2. And if I just do 20 for each of these, 2, 3, 400 for 850. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let her know she can't be charging me that much at that store. $4 for a whatever else I got there, but still $12.50, 13 makes that 13 total, and then so $20. 400 and enlistable for $20. Sure, works for me. And you know, again, that was just local. That was just a few things. Well, not really local. It was a quick run. It's not really local because the Salvation Army is like 30-35 miles. But as soon as I get on the highway, a couple miles up the road from here, it's 80 miles an hour all the way there. That's not the posted highway speed, but it's posted 70. So I'm doing 80 pretty much until I get to 11, which is then turns into 65, which then I'm doing 75, right? So it's farther, but it doesn't take super long to get there because you're doing 80 miles an hour. Here he is, waiting for food. Where you going, Bandit? go back up on the chair. Okay. All right, so that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Keep an eye on the local history stuff. Well, not really local history, but just history, geographical history, and those weird things. I mean, that Minnesota book just kind of looks like a comic book. It's colorized like a comic book. Okay, it's different. I'm here. I can look it up. Oh, ta-da! There we go. $50. Tell me anything you're going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. Those all help. It's all free. Takes a second. Appreciate it. Thank you.